Hi guys! So today I'm going to be giving tips on things that I wish I knew before I started college. Let's get started. It's okay to take time off when you graduate high school. When I was a junior and senior in high school, it was drilled into me that I needed to go to college or university right after I graduated. No one ever talked to me about the benefits of taking a year off and the things that I can discover about myself if I chose to do that. I think it's important to take time off to shadow people, interview people, get different types of jobs, and get a field of what you like. When I finished high school, I was 17. So you're a baby at 17 years old. Even though if you would have went to me at 17, I would say I'm not a baby. Like I know so much, which take your time when you're searching for a school. And this all goes back to needing Bella. I'm home alone, so every little squeak or creak freaks me out. I think that's my cat, hopefully. I was so stressed out with high school and all the things that involves being a senior that I just wanted to get that step out of the way. Actually go to the school and get a feel for it. Ask a lot of questions. Talk to students. Don't ask workers how they feel about the school because they're getting paid and they're supposed to promote the school, so they're not going to tell you the full truth. If you see students walking by that are just hanging out that weekend around campus, like ask those students. You might get a very unedited version to your questions. Allow your friend groups to change because they will change. It is very hard for someone. I'm not saying that people that you'll meet when you first start, you won't be friends with them till the end, because I have a group of friends that I'm still friends with and I did meet them in the beginning, but I also have friends that I was super close with in the beginning and now we don't speak. No shade. There's so many things that could happen to come between a friendship. And I think a lot of the times, like, I'm someone that is very committed. So if I'm in a friendship with you and you mean a lot to me, I will go above and beyond to try to make the friendship work. But now looking back, it is okay to just let it go with no hard feelings. Just forgive, just accept, and let it go. Ooh, this is a big one. Everyone is always going to tell you their opinion. Everyone feels like you need to hear their opinion. And honestly, you don't. You can choose. You have power to say, I respect you and I respect your opinion, so let me listen to what you have to say. Or, look at where you are in life. That's not where I want to be. So I can choose to decide that your opinion and advice is not valuable to me. So I respect your words. I respect, your thoughts, but that doesn't align with me. That's not going to serve me. So I can choose to ignore what you have to say to me. Everyone's always going to think they know what you should do. But the only person that knows what you should do and what you're capable of and what your heart really wants is you, not everybody else. So it's okay to change your major. The sooner the better. I changed my major. Let's see. I started with criminal justice. I changed my major 3 times. Even if you're in your early 20s, 18, 19, those are ages where you're constantly evolving, constantly learning new things about yourself. Your interests are constantly changing. I have plenty of friends actually that started as bio majors and they ended up switching to sociology or English or education. There are so many fields out there and so many different positions that I know I'm still learning and I already graduated. I know there are people in this world that just for the money, they'll go to school to be a lawyer or a doctor or all those fields that make the big bucks. People will go to school for those things even though they know and they feel in their core that it's just not them, but they'll do it because it aligns with what they have visualized for their life. If you want to do that and you're one of those people, that's fine. But if you're someone that's driven by purpose and by passion and you have to love what you do, then if you feel that that major is not serving you, get out and try something new. Save your money. When you're in college, you think, let me just spend all my money on drinking, partying, eating out, going out, just living my life. No. If you could save a little bit once a week and put it into a separate account where you can't even look at it, you can't touch it, and in a society where it's constantly spending, you need this, you will be tempted. So make sure you're setting yourself up for success and you're saving as much as you can. Also, it's important to build the saving habits while you're in school, because if you start the habit of just spending impulsively and not budgeting, not saving, it's going to be really hard for you to start that habit even when you do get a better paying job. Think long term. College is going to serve you better if you have a clear understanding of what you want your life to look like after college. You should really think about your 1 to 2 to 5 year goal after college, what that looks like, what you want in life. Is what I'm doing now in college going to set me up to get me where I want to go? And if the answer is no, then you need to look at what you're doing and figure out what changes you need to make. Don't get sucked into the everyday paper, exam, work, meeting up with friends, and forget that after college is when real life starts to happen. This is where talking to people that are where you want to be or finding a mentor really comes in handy. Really look for who is living the life that I would love to live and meet up with them. Figure out what they did, what steps they took, what are their habits, and really make sure you're implementing that so that when you graduate, you are living your dream life, or closer to that dream life or those goals. This is odd coming from me because I'm someone that really likes to be grounded in the present moment because of my anxiety. Like, I tend to really think about the future a lot, so it's odd for me to say, but don't get too sucked into the present. Really figure out where you want to be in the future, what those goals are, and then make sure you have a plan and steps implemented. And then once you know where you're going and you know your steps, then you can focus on the present because you already know the path you're taking. And if you don't know and you feel lost, do what you can to find answers. This is the perfect time to focus on you. The perfect time to be selfish, the perfect time to just get to know yourself. Don't obsess over getting into a relationship or needing to find a significant other. If you feel like you need a significant other, then there's definitely some underlying problems that you need to face. You should not feel like you need someone, especially when you're that young. This is the time when you should learn how to be alone and love yourself and be selfish. Take care of yourself and your health and start creating good habits. In college is when people start creating so many bad habits. So I think it's super important to really put an intention to work on creating habits, on being healthy and taking care of yourself and being healthy in whatever that means for you and works in your life scenario. I'm not saying you have to nail it all down, even if it's like small habits, and then once you graduate you'll build on those habits. That's fine, but just don't completely neglect yourself, because it's really hard when you've created these bad habits for 4 or 5 years or however long you're in college, and then go back on a bad habit and start it and create a new one. Be careful with who you choose as your roommate. Do not move in with someone you're really close with. I can't even tell you how many friendships have ended because of moving in together. When you are roommates with someone that you're not really close with, you can set those boundaries. If something's bothering you, you don't really have a relationship with that person, so you don't care about letting them know, hey, you're being too loud, or hey, can you please make sure that you're cleaning after yourself, or hey, can you not bring your boyfriend every day? There's just so many issues that could happen. And when you don't have a relationship with that person, it's easy to set boundaries and say, hey, this is not working for me, so we need to come up with a solution, you know? Versus when it's somebody that you care about and somebody you love, it's really hard to kind of draw those lines and be honest. And then eventually you'll be building this list of anger and things that are bothering you inside, and eventually that's just going to explode. It's really hard to mend a friendship after that. It's just hard. People like to ignore that advice. I ignored it too when I heard it again and again and again. I was like, whatever, I got this. Try new things, find your interest. If you are taking classes or in a certain major and it just doesn't, it feels like something inside of you is telling you this is not it. Like, I like this, but it's not it. Explore, take new classes, try out different fields, travel, meet new friends that are in different majors. People tend to click with their people in their major, so then they don't get a perspective of other majors and what other positions there are out there in the world. So you will learn that you actually had interests that you never knew you could, or you had qualities or strengths that you didn't know you had because you always did the same thing or were surrounded by the same group of people. It's going to be hard at times. You will come home crying at times, or angry or drained. Make sure you have a plan in hand for when this happens. Who do you call? Who do you talk to? What's going to make you feel better? Maybe take a bath, read a book, go for a drive, go away for a weekend. Maybe take some kind of class, a yoga class, a meditation class. Maybe go for a hike, go to bed and watch a Netflix show. There's just so many different things that you can do. Make sure you have a plan at hand. Who are you going to call? What makes you feel good? Really explore those things so that when you have so much on your plate, you already know what you need to do to ground yourself again. Reflect when you can. Spring break, summer break, maybe it's a weekend that things are low-key, you don't have that much things due. Really learn how to sit with yourself and listen. Phone away, everyone's voices are off. Learn how to listen to yourself and really listen to how you're feeling and how things are going for you. Am I happy? Do I feel passionate? Am I questioning a lot of what I'm doing or who I'm hanging out with or my major or my job? Don't just go with the motions and let life take you away, because let me tell you, life will take you away, the comfort zone will take you away, the routines will take you away, and you'll mindlessly be doing things without even checking in on how it actually feels. Outside experience is so important. Get a job in your field, shadow people, get internships. Don't rely on your school to be the one to put those opportunities out there for you. Go out and look for them. I can't tell you how much I've learned from interviewing people that are actually in the position that I was looking to be in. Things that I could never learn from a textbook or in the classroom. Do your research. Type in different keywords when you're looking for jobs. There are jobs that I learned about when I graduated that I could have been doing while I was in school and making pretty decent money. If you're in like your sophomore or junior year and you have credits in your belt, they will hire you. And that way you don't have to start from the beginning once you graduate. But some majors you can't work unless you have your bachelor's or whatever degree that you need. So you can still do internships, meet with people and interview them and really get a feel of what it's really like. Last one is chase fear. Whew. I think at one point I did. I chased fear. I did what I wanted to. I signed up to do things that would scare me. But then at one point, I think once my anxiety hit, that was not the case. Wherever I was comfortable in, that's where I stayed. If your threshold for what scares you, if you're able to kind of build that up and constantly do things that scare you, eventually when you graduate, you're up to a certain level of fear and you're able to do more things. Life is going to give you what you're courageous enough to ask for. If you have big dreams, if you have big goals, get ready to face big fears. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys found something helpful in this video. It's a hard road, but it's actually fun, and it's what you make of it. So let me know if you guys like this video. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you want to know more about my experience or you have specific topics, let me know.